Meeting at 7:06. Trustee Berg is present, trustee Galante, trustee Mueller, we have a quorum. Item number 2, consider the approval of the minutes of the marketing committee held on October 22nd, 2019. Do I have such a motion?
I make a
I'll-
motion?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 3, discuss special event permit fee. Ms. Frampy's going to take that one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As you likely know, we have a special event permit that was actually created in 2014. And this permit actually governs all special events held on public property, open to the public, and it covers everything from all of the things I have listed for you here, festivals, outdoor sales, all of our farmers markets, concerts. Essentially, it is a communication vehicle. The permit application comes in through the marketing department and is distributed out to all of the operating departments for creating awareness and having the permit, the special events reviewed. And beyond our own 30 or so village events that we have, there's another 30 or 35, primarily coming in from not-for-profit groups and other organizations that run, that have, or I should say host, like runs and other festivals and that type of thing. We do a lot with the library, with Park District, Chamber of Commerce, as well as these churches and stuff. And so essentially, when we created this ordinance, we had set the fees for public safety event costs. So we had a $35 fee for public works time that was set. We had at the time, a $30 fee for police and security, and an $18 fee for traffic control. And those rates have remained in effect from 2014 through now. So we are essentially recommending that effective May 1st, we reset those prices to bring them up more into line with our actual costs. So we took our averages and are recommending a $45 per hour rate for police and security. That would be up from $35. We're recommending increasing the traffic control fee from $18 to $20 and retaining the $35 an hour public works fee.
Very
That's
good.
what I got for you.
And Donna, I got a question.
Certainly.
The food trucks, are they pay the special fee as well if we have them, or how do they work? I'm sorry. If that's
Generally-
off the topic, but is it in there? Do they pay that?
It would be included if an event organizer was intending to have food trucks as part of their event, they would include that in there. And that essentially then, when it goes out to the Community Development Department, would force that recommendation that Malvi or her designee would go out and inspect. So by way of fees, we don't actually have a fee in place for our inspectors right now, but that still would happen.
Is that something we need to look at, or? Yeah. We always have housework. Okay. Any questions from the committee?
Doesn't seem like a coincidence, but this lines up pretty well with the Live Nation contract as well. Was that deliberate? The amounts seem to be about the same.
It was time to.
Got it. That was great to see.
All right. Do you want us to make a motion to put this, do I have a motion to put the, increase the special event permit fee to $45 an hour for the next committee of the whole or board meeting? Which is it?
Is this ready to go, or?
Do we need more
I
work?
think it actually could be approved.
Do you want to do the
Here.
food trucks? So what's,
It could be approved here, correct? I mean, we have,
Are the fees in the ordinance?
the ordinance does not list the fees at all, so the fees are listed separately.
Scratch that, okay, okay.
We could look at the food trucks as a separate, the cost for inspecting the food trucks separately.
Probably shouldn't have cow.
Okey-doke.
so we don't need to make a motion to put it on the cow, or you guys,
I think he's recommending that we do.
okay, we have a motion to increase the special event permit fee to $45 an hour to the cow for March 3rd, is that correct?
Mm-hmm. I'll make that motion.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 4, receive update on spring and summer events.
Yeah, I'd just like to take a minute to update you on some of the things that we have coming up. Our Irish Parade is going to be on the Sunday, March 9th. we're almost at capacity. We have 77 entries so far. And we have lined up the sponsors as Massage Envy, Ken Anderson State Farm Insurance, Lisa Thomas Salon, Verdoliak Law Firm, and Window Works. We have our bands. Marion Catholic High School is going to be participating. We have Steve Dolinsky, the Hungry Hound from ABC7, who's going to be our Grand Marshal. And we'll have a reception for him at Primal Cut immediately following our parade. And then one thing we'll be adding this year is a sponsor booth area and a photo op. We're going to have the Wienermobile in the parade this year, and they're going to come around and park on the east side of Zabraki Plaza for a photo op, in addition to a performance by the Medina Highlanders band. So we also have our virtual map that's going out this week to all the community. I've got a lot of likes and a lot of positive comments on our social media already. So, and last look, the weather report is saying 47 and sunny. So
Yay.
we're hoping that they're actually accurate. It's a little bit far out to be sure, but with all that lining up, it could promise to be a very good event.
Can't wait.
I'm excited about that as well. And then also sharing with you, we have probably one of our best lineups that we've ever had for Music in the Plaza. I outlined it for you in the memo. You can see we've got some great bands lined up. So we're really excited about that as well. And we also have been working with our downtown businesses to create like a Music in the Plaza carryout menu with the intention of trying to get our visitors to utilize more of our surrounding businesses. So we've been working with them. We're modifying our fees for our special event, our restaurants that participate with us because of the costs that they incur with insurance and permit fees and equipment and staffing. So kind of reconfiguring that structure a little bit as well. So pretty excited about that summer season as well. And then I thought I'd just, since I was here, share with you the Marketing and Branding Committee last night made the decision on the benches for this year. And so I just put together a quick slideshow to show you the renderings that we have, they approved for last year. So the theme, as you may know, is around the world. And so we've got an English pub, we've got a London bench. These are the renderings as they come in, and you've seen these finished products, so sometimes it's amazing to see what they start with and what they end with. But this is a bench on I think the concept here is the Louvre in France. This is a Golden Gate Bridge bench, another London
That's cute.
bench. We've got a Music City bench, a New Year's in different area bench. This is one of our veteran artists who's doing a combined bench, as you can see all the cool things on there. Got our UFO crash site. There
We're
we
known
go.
for UFOs as well. Why do they gotta go
I
to?
don't know about that one. They were all in the desert. Was it like 1,000 people turned out for that?
Yeah.
New Schwanstein
I
Castle.
hope we get 1,000.
Got another combined, and a Route 66 bench, and then another around the world, just conceptual theme. Something for sharing a couple of Irish focus benches. Our Budigan,
Sister
Germany.
City, yeah.
Sister City bench.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm, Las Vegas, the Opera House in Australia. So we're really excited. We even have I think a Chichen Itza bench, there we go, coming in. And look at that. Chicago
Uh-oh.
Cubs bench.
No socks.
I like that one.
So stay tuned, those
These Cubs
benches
fans.
are
I'm sorry.
going to get into the artist's hands in early March. They're, will be out on the street May 6th.
May
and
6th,
Reception on May 8th. Always a great time of the year when the street just seems to come alive when those benches and flowers go out.
Sure is. It's great.
My favorite times of year.
So,
And that's all I have for you right now.
thank you, Donna. It's exciting.
I had a question.
Yeah.
How is the music, or the restaurant carryout gonna work? But
It is going to be a predetermined Music in the Plaza carryout menu that Primal Cut, Holstein's, Ed and Joe's, Durbin's are all going to provide ahead of time. We'll pre-promote it. We'll also have signs on site, and visitors are just essentially encouraged to just walk over. They're going to set up carryout areas. in
Okay,
there.
each restaurant will have
Yeah.
a little carryout area to go into and
Right.
grab the food.
Or if they have something existing, they'll incorporate it into what they've got. Like Ed and Joe's will probably serve right out of their little area right there, but it might be a slice and a pop kind of special type thing or whatever.
Gotcha. Cool, great idea.
And Caribbean Fest, are we having that?
We sure are. That's the third Sunday in July,
All right, as promised.
as promised. Hoping for good weather.
All right, thanks so much, Donna. Receive comments from the public. Does anyone here care to address the board? Let the record reflect there are none. I have the motion to adjourn the marketing committee meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do we need to?
I'll see.
To open the Finance Committee meeting. Let the record reflect that it's past 6:30, and we have a quorum with trustee Berg and trustee Mueller. First item, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the Finance Committee meeting held on October 22nd, 2019.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
So, and nobody objects, so that carries forward. Brad, are you going to, or is that, are you going to
Yeah. Cover
do the January
financial report,
financials?
sure. Thank you. You've got before you the January financial report. Sales tax is finally taking an upward tick in the month of October, January reporting, which was October sales. The retail sales for the past 14 months has been a little wonky, technical term there. As 10 of the past 14 months have reflected lower overall sales tax than the year prior, but October rebounded a little bit, 7.5% increase over the prior year, about $84,000. But year to date, we are still down about $59,000 comparatively to last year, which is about 0.5% behind. So we're still a little behind where we were with 9 months of the year in, but I think obviously the next couple reporting periods of November and December will be the holiday season, and we should rebound from that a little bit. Home rule sales tax kind of reflects similar. We've got a small increase for the current month compared to the prior year, and year to date we are basically flat. The use tax, which is which we get on a per capita distribution from the state, is up 19% for the month and 17% year to date. Again, part of that is due to more retailers collecting and reporting sales tax since the Wayfair decision last year, a year ago. Income tax is up substantially this year, 10.3% for the month and 14% year to date, which is good. Property taxes are not a lot of narrative there, but basically we're on track with where we expect to be. Video gaming, small increase for the month, almost flat compared to the prior year, and up 6% year to date. Received a separate email update on that for the month. Motor fuel taxes up 37% for the month, which is probably one of the largest increases we've seen in a while, and about up 0.5% year to date. The new transportation renewal tax, obviously we have nothing to compare to on that one, but we received $80,000 for the month and $410,000 year to date. And we also received the annual high growth cities distribution during the month, which was $14,000, which is the lowest we've ever received since the program started in 1991. The commuter parking lot is also reflecting increases, which I'm happy to see, up 17% in the month of January this year compared to January of last year, and year to date about 4% ahead, which is good. The next segment here is our usual dashboard. recapping the sales tax, income tax, property taxes, and general fund. And again, property taxes show being down slightly, but that's a timing issue, more of when the counties distribute money as opposed to that people are not paying their taxes. That has not been a problem for us for a long time. Motor fuel tax up, hotel tax up, commuter parking fund up, water and sewer revenues down slightly. Again, that's driven, I think, largely by conservation. Our next page here is the recap of revenues and expenses. And again, as I've mentioned before, one of the takeaways is that, you know, your margin between revenues and expenses remains fairly consistent, or in many cases is greater than the prior year, which is good. Then we move into the trend lines of property tax, sales tax, home rule sales tax, income tax, use tax, amusement tax, motor fuel, hotel tax, and then we get into the traditional database numeric tables, recap of general fund revenues, recap of the overall general fund expenses by department, and then a recap of revenues for the water and sewer fund, you know, further detail the breakdown of those revenues, and commuter parking lot likewise. Some analysis on our per capita taxes that we receive, and then finally the amounts that we have collected in impact fees on behalf of our other governments, school districts, park districts, etc., which now totals cumulatively just shy of $22 million. And that concludes the report.
Thank you, Brad. Questions?
No.
Okay. Next item to discuss is the storage facility tax.
Sure. Basically, in front of you is an ordinance that would tax self-storage facility units in the village. This is an ordinance that we actually have looked at from other communities, Alsip, Countryside, Chicago Heights, Morton Grove, have these. Self-storage facilities are a little bit unique in that they do not, they don't collect sales tax, so when you have them in your community, it's not something that the municipality can really generate any revenue from it, other than through something like this. So the proposal that is in front of you is to add a rate of 5% onto the gross rental or leasing charge, and if this ordinance does pass, the effective date would be April 1st of this year.
Thanks, Dave. Questions,
I can't find it.
April.
concerns?
It's our, it's almost,
No, the questions I had were around if they've already prepaid, and that was answered. It's gonna be any new leases, it's in the ordinance itself. And then, I think we're modeling another ST something or other in terms of the monthly collection of the fees. Is there any reason we didn't just do it quarterly, or just following regular practices to do it monthly?
Standard practice is
Monthly? Okay.
I certainly wouldn't be opposed to, I mean, if somebody is producing a small amount to, you know, to make a concession to report on a quarterly basis. The Department of Revenue does similar with sales taxes. If you're
Below
if
a
your
certain
volume is
threshold?
small,
Yep.
you know, you start out reporting on a monthly basis, and your volume is small, you can go to quarterly, 6 months, or a year
Mhm.
at a time. So,
And then this would be all storage facilities, like wine, self-storage.
Any self-storage
any
facility.
self-storage
Yep,
facility.
yep.
So do we only have one?
We've got two.
Where's the, 84th Avenue, where's the other
Both
one?
both on 159th Street,
They're next to each other?
next to each other.
Okay, I always thought that was only one.
No, the two different ones right next door to each
Okay,
other.
thank you for clarifying that, Brad.
Any other questions?
Questions for me?
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, so we have a motion to
You want-
move that to the board.
Can I get a motion to move this storage facility amendment to the board?
I'll make
So
that,
moved. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I make a motion to move the storage facility tax to the next board meeting.
And I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. And is there any, next item is comments from the public? Still none, Officer King? Didn't think of anything yet?
Come on, yeah.
I'd like to make a motion then to close the finance, unless there's questions or comments.
No,
I'd like to
okay.
make a motion then to close the finance committee meeting.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.